would you think would be receptive? And if indeed, as was the case with Tim, if you feel like I've maybe just asked the wrong question, then obviously let me know as well.
I think there's absolutely I've done a lot of sales, Oliver, and there's absolutely a mechanical aspect, I think, here, that there are groups that are going to be more likely to heed the message, more likely to heed an alternative to the hell that they're living in. Over the years, that's been young white males, because, and then as they aged, that age group expanded, because white males were the primary target of anti-whiteism. White females, secondary target, but tiny compared to the white male, because they needed the white females to participate in the destruction of Western civilization. And regrettably, white females took the bait, and they went to work, and they took the high-paying jobs, and they divorced their husbands when there wasn't a real reason to have to divorce, and they lied about them in court. And now you have the Republican Party is fraught with white females that are as anti-white as any of the females on the Democrat side. They might have a different opinion on right to self-defense or something of this nature, but these are superficialities compared to the well-being of our people, whether or not we continue as a people, whether or not we recapture our destiny. So I think young white males absolutely are the most inclined to heed the message that we share, an alternative message. Increasingly young white females, because now young white females are suffering as a consequence of anti-whiteism. You have these victim groups that are allowed to play in the female sports and beating the piss out of them in the female sports. You have increasingly companies saying, workforces saying, no white females today. The white females, if you've seen these videos, white females have to get out of the room. And it doesn't matter. We just covered a story about the docents at the Chicago Museum. They're all white females. They were all fired. They were gratis for the city, hating the white race as best they could. And yet they were given the axe simply because of their biospirit, because they were white. So they could not be anti-white enough, something we talk about all the time. The third group, and coming fast, if this were like a horse race, they're coming on fast at the finish line, and that is white parents of young white children, because they are coming into, and it's a combination of things, the hubris of the anti-whites, the success of the anti-whites. They don't need to hide their excuse or hide their objective behind as dense excuses as they used to with the victimization of our people. Now they can be out in the open. And with the COVID-19 over the past, since it came in, essentially, and parents having to take a look at the work that their children are reading, these parents are turning out, white parents en masse, at these PTA meetings and the like, these county board meetings. They are very angry. And what's happening? We are getting to them with, like, the outreach team, Bonnie Blue, Naderific, Nathaniel, go down the line, Sean, getting out to these groups. And what are they doing? They're dropping anti-whiteism, anti-white, white well-being, Western kind, all of these things. And specifically, we talk about the 5 key concepts that we should use in every conversation. And this is very important because, we were just having over this past Sunday a conversation about outing yourself, unmasking yourself, this very silly thing that was suggested by someone. And you don't have to out yourself if you're sharing concepts that people can just adopt and then use and will use in their lives, because it will do what? It will benefit them selfishly, whether it's their own bodies and their own lives or the lives of their children they're caring for. So you have anti-white, anti-whiteism, Western kind, white erasure, and the big anti-white narrative. You give these to people, they will immediately use them and employ them in their lives. The second part of this question about who do we target? So primarily, Oliver, young white males, young white couples with children, with young children, and then white females coming on. There may be like a third place right now, And these parents, they might even pass young white males as the ones that'll be most likely to hear those concepts and then employ them in their lives for the benefit of their babies. Make sure that never leaves your mind, because we are living in a world where white males have forgotten, it's been beaten out of them, both not just by anti-whiteism, but by our women who benefited from beating the masculinity out of our men, where we're living in a world where white males don't know how to be men anymore. And what does that mean? That means that the female controls the house. The female controls the destiny. The female is also the weak link. And so if she has babies, there's no time that a woman will be more fierce than when the babies are under attack. And babies openly being taught to hate themselves because of something intrinsic that they can't escape is the kind of thing that's going to make white women go crazy. Well, when they go crazy, they're going to call on that overgrown boy that should have become a man. They're going to call on him to step up and do something about it. Well, the thing that can be done about it is the use of these concepts.